Hello friends, and welcome to this video tutorial which will walk you through some of the features of the Bible Standard Cyclopedia in order to get you started. Although this video is being recorded on a PC with Windows 7, the same steps will apply to other systems including Macs. In this video, I will walk you through navigating the various menu screens of the Bible Standard Cyclopedia, while showing you the various libraries of this version of the program. Then, we will open documents from the various libraries of the Cyclopedia and walk you through navigating them. And finally, we'll demonstrate how to set up your display to make reading the on-screen documents more comfortable for you. So first, let's walk through the various areas of the Bible Standard Cyclopedia. We'll go ahead and open it. And what comes up initially is the main menu screen. Now you will notice that the program is always divided into two main sections on your screen. We have the graphical menu, which takes up the larger portion of the screen, and we have the bookmarks menu, which takes up the left-hand side of your screen. Now you can navigate through any section of the cyclopedia through either of these menus, and it will just depend on your preferences. If you use the larger graphical menu here, you will enter the library by clicking the link labeled Enter Library. You will now see the links to the three main areas of the cyclopedia: Pastor Russell, Paul S.L. Johnson, and LHMM publications. The main menu link will bring you back to the screen that we just left. Also notice that each of these three main areas of the cyclopedia are also linked on the left-hand bookmarks menu. Let's enter the Pastor Russell library by clicking that link. The main view will change to display this section of the cyclopedia. And notice that the text for Pastor Russell is now in white. While navigating the various menus, this white text will always indicate which section you are currently viewing. You will notice that at this time, the Pastor Russell Library includes all 6 parousia volumes called Studies in the Scriptures, plus Tabernacle Shadows. The parousia Berean indexes are also included, both the scriptural index and the topical index. Now before we open up a volume, let's continue looking through the other areas of the cyclopedia. You can navigate directly to another section of the cyclopedia by clicking the menu link, either this graphical link on the graphical menu or the links over here. And this time we'll go to the next section by using the bookmark instead. So I'll click Paul S.L. Johnson. And the graphical main menu changes to the second area of our cyclopedia. And as you can see, our library of Brother Johnson's works include all 17 of his Epiphany volumes called Epiphany Studies in the Scriptures. The Epiphany indexes are also included. To access the appropriate index, simply click the index link at the bottom here. And when you do, the volumes will turn white as you see, the links to the various Epiphany indexes will appear. You can simply navigate to whichever index you need by clicking on it. Let's now look at the third area of the cyclopedia, LHMM publications. So we'll click that link. Again, the menu changes to show the various parts of this section of the library, which include at this time the daily heavenly manna, which includes also the poem for each day. We have the book Poems of Dawn. We have both magazine question books, the Bible Standard question book and the Present Truth question book. We have all issues of both magazines, currently up through the year 2012 in this version, the Present Truth magazines, and the Herald of the Epiphany and the Bible Standard magazines. And here we also have the book Life, Death, Hereafter. So these are all of the areas currently included in the Bible Standard Cyclopedia. Let's go ahead and open a couple documents so that we can see how to navigate through them. We'll begin by opening the Divine Plan of the Ages by Pastor Russell. So first, click the Pastor Russell menu to open that area of the library. Then find and click Parousia Volume 1, the Divine Plan of the Ages. This will bring you to the menu for this volume. From here, you can go back to the main menu, which is the very first screen. We could go back to the main Parousia Volumes menu, which we just came from. There are also direct links to the two Berean indexes at the bottom, and the middle link will bring you to the text of that volume. Let's go ahead and click Go to Text. We're now looking at the text for Studies in the Scriptures, Volume 1. You'll notice that the screen remains divided into two sections. There is the main larger section, which displays the text of the document that we're browsing. And over on the left-hand menu are the bookmarks used for navigation through the document. Notice at the top of this list, we have links for the main menu, which brings you back to the very first screen that you see when you open up the cyclopedia. We have a link to the main Parousia Volumes menu. We can, of course, see the contents. You also have direct links again to both of the Berean indexes. And this option, Glossary of Terms, it is not yet implemented yet, so you can go ahead and ignore it for right now. Below these top main bookmarks, we see the bookmarks associated with each section of the opened document. In the case of the volumes, these will be bookmarks to each chapter of the book. Notice that you might not be able to see all the text associated with a bookmark. There are a few ways to get around this. First, as you've seen, you can hover your mouse cursor over the bookmark and the full name will appear in a bubble, like you see here. You also can use the horizontal scroll bar at the bottom of the menu, like so. You can also adjust the width of the bookmarks pane by grabbing the center bar and dragging it. To do this, position your mouse cursor over this bar in the center here until the cursor changes to the double-sided arrow shape as you see. Then hold down the left mouse button and simply drag the bar to your desired position. And finally, another option is to have each of the bookmarks wrap around. To do this, you click the little menu icon at the top of your bookmarks pane, open it, and select the option Wrap Long Bookmarks at the bottom. Now you can see all of the text of each bookmark. So if you are looking for a specific chapter, simply click on it. Let's say we're looking for the Ransom and Restitution chapter, which we know is chapter 9 of volume 1. So we'll scroll down until we see chapter 9. And when we find it, we simply click on its link. And this will directly link us to that chapter. Now, what if you know the exact page number you're looking for? You can go directly to that page number by typing it into the page number box on your toolbar here. This box here will always display the current page that you're viewing, and we can change it quickly by simply typing directly into it. Let's go directly to page 70. We'll click in the box, and if it does not highlight the text, just delete it and type 70 and press the Enter key on your keyboard. And we're taken directly to that page. Now let's notice some other options located over in the Bookmarks pane on the left here. We've already noticed that all the chapters are linked from here, but also notice that all the other volumes are also directly linked. If we scroll down past the chapters, we will find them. As you see, Volume 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Tabernacle Shadows. Let's go directly to Tabernacle Shadows by clicking on its link. And this volume now opens, and you notice that it's laid out in the exact same way. The main menu links on the left, the other volume links directly for direct access, and the various chapters of Tabernacle Shadows. Now, what if we would like to open up an issue of the Present Truth magazine? The first step will be to go back to the main menu. So we will click that link at the very top. If you have to scroll to the top, go ahead and do so, and click Main Menu. So this is where we started off at the very beginning. So we'll enter the library by clicking that link. We'll choose LHMM Publications by clicking it, and then we'll choose Present Truth Magazines by clicking on its link. And as you see, this will bring up links for every year which is currently available on the Cyclopedia. Let's say the reference that we're looking for is PT 1953, page 70. So first, we'll find and click on the year 1953 with our mouse pointer. This will bring up and display on your screen all of the Present Truth issues for that year, beginning with the January issue. And just like we noticed while reading the volumes, the screen is still divided into the main viewing area, which displays the text of our document, and the left-hand bookmarks pane. There is a link to the main menu directly at the top, and then we have direct bookmarks to every other year of the magazine. Now if we scroll down to 1953, we then see links to each of the articles in each issue with page numbers. Notice that these are displayed in a hierarchy, with the year at the top, as you see under my mouse pointer, the issue underneath it, each article underneath that one, each subheading of the article, and last, the page numbers. You can collapse any of these trees in order to quickly find the next without having to scroll. For example, remember that we are currently viewing the January issue. You could scroll down to the next issue, like so with the scroll bar, or you could collapse the January issue by simply clicking the minus sign next to it. Notice that now we have the very next issue directly located under the January issue. In this case, it is the March issue. Now also notice that the bookmark for each issue will tell you the page numbers contained in that issue. You'll remember that we were looking for a specific reference, Present Truth 1953 and page 70. Again, we could continue scrolling down until we saw page 70 in the links, or we can continue to collapse the bookmark trees until we reach the issue containing our page. So, we'll collapse the March issue by clicking the minus sign. And we'll collapse the May issue again by clicking the minus sign. And we'll collapse the July issue again. And notice that the September issue indicates that it is pages 66 to 74, so we know that page 70 is in this issue. We can easily now scroll down and find page 70. While we're here, also notice that the page numbers have C1 and C2 by them. This indicates page 70, column 1 or column 2. At times, you will also see a letter after the column number, like we see here with page 72, column 1A. This indicates that that magazine page had multiple column 1s. The letter A indicates this to be the second column 1 on that page layout. B would be the third one, and so on. Now we wanted to view page 70, so we will simply click on that page number. And you'll notice that the page view with page 70 will appear in the main area of your screen. But you'll notice that you might have to scroll down to get to that page number. As you see, it's at the bottom here. All of the magazine page numbers will be displayed in red, as you see here. Let's now look up another magazine reference. Sometimes you might find a reference to an issue's whole number. For example, HE number 77. This reference stands for the Herald of the Epiphany magazine, issue number 77. So, we first need to open up the Herald year, which contains that whole number. But notice that when a reference is given to an issue whole number, we really have no way of knowing what year that is in. To find out, we'll go back to the main menu by scrolling to the top of our bookmarks and clicking the main menu link. We're going to use the bookmarks on the left to find this issue. So first, click the plus sign next to LHMM Publications. Remember, we're looking for an Herald issue, so we'll also click the plus sign next to it here at the bottom. This reveals a list of each year the Herald of the Epiphany has been published. Also notice that next to each year is a number range. So the issues of the Herald published in 1920 were issues number 1, 2, and 3. Now, if you remember, we're looking for issue number 77. As you can see, if we scroll down, we can see that this was published in 1933, since that year included issue numbers 76 to 81. So we'll go ahead and click this bookmark. And this brings up all of the Herald issues for 1933, in the same way that we were previously viewing the Present Truth issues. Notice that the issue number is displayed on the top level link for each issue. So you'll see that this January issue is number 76. We can easily get to the next issue, 77, by either scrolling down to it, or remember, simply collapsing the January issue using the minus sign. And here we have what we were looking for, HE number 77. Now, before wrapping up this video tutorial, let's consider some of the ways that we can configure the screen for more comfortable viewing and reading. On our toolbar, you'll notice several icons that will adjust the size and position of the text on your screen. You can manually increase or decrease the size of the text in increments by clicking either the plus or the minus button here at the top. There are also preset page sizes which you should be familiar with. You can locate these by clicking on the drop-down menu located here under my mouse cursor. Notice at the bottom of this list are 4 preset page sizes. We will go through each of these. The actual size zoom level will always bring the zoom magnification up to 100%. But this is rarely desired. You will probably find the bottom 3 options more useful. The zoom to page level option will zoom out so that you can see the entire page at one time. I'll go ahead and click on it now. This will be useful if you need to quickly scan through several pages, or if there is a chart or picture that you would like to view. Coming back up to our menu, the next option is labeled Fit Width. This zoom level is what each document comes up as default. It will center the entire page on the screen, but with a margin around it, as you see here. Now coming back up to our menu, the last option is labeled Fit Visible. This option will try to zoom in as far as possible without cutting off any text. As you'll find out, if you manually zoom in too far, then your text will flow off the screen and you'll have to scroll sideways in order to see it. Let's show that real quick. I'll zoom in really far. Notice that the text is clipped and we have to scroll sideways. Our option for Fit Visible will automatically zoom out. Notice that it will zoom out just far enough so that you can see all of the text without any of it clipping off the screen. Now notice also that there are two presets which have their own icon on the toolbar. The first one will Fit Width zoom level. This is the default that each document comes up as. And the second will fit the entire page on the screen. This concludes this video tutorial. We hope you enjoy using the Bible Standard Cyclopedia. Thank you, and may the Lord bless your studies.